Personal narratives are a trap. It's Wednesday and Wednesday video time, but today not just for 60 seconds, because today we answer a very important question asked by Feonna. How do you tell a story about yourself? What is the balance between positive, negative, success, failure, emotion, no emotion? I say this is an important question because, to be honest with you, even I was so confused about this question for such a long period of time. And then I developed clarity around it. The clarity was that I'm not here to be known personally. I'm here to help people become better storytellers. How did I develop that clarity? I just couldn't find all the people who I admired ever allowed too much entry into their personal space. And then that was confirmed by this interview in which Seth Godin was asked a question about personal narratives, and his brilliant response made it very clear for me that I was on the right track by not sharing personal stories. That is what worked for me. So I will share this clip with you because it truly can transform your thinking. Let's have a look at it together.
As you yourself talk about, stories connect. But at the same time, it strikes me that, at least my perception of you, is that you're better known for your ideas than for your personal story. How do you become something bigger than a single anecdotal case study?
Right. So the personal narrative is another trap. It was invented by the social media people to turn well-rounded, comfortable people into balls of insecurity, because that's how they make money. They make money not by having you as a customer, but by having you as the product, by making you insecure until you have enough likes, by pushing you to do something that feels easy at first, which is, what are you doing? What's your taste? Be authentic. Authentic is a ridiculous concept, and it's a trap, and no one wants you to be authentic. They want you to be consistent. They want you to be the best version of the person that you are saying you are. That's who we want when we hire any professional. That's who we want when we go to see a concert or turn on a record, right? We want the best version of this. And very few people knew the personal life of Joni Mitchell. Very few people knew the personal life of Spike Lee. It wasn't important because the stories that resonate are the ones about us. And we want to hear a story about us through the lens of somebody else, for sure, but it's all invented. And we only recently have gotten into this whole Kardashian ridiculous mindset of, I want to know every detail about the authentic version of this person. There's no business there. That's an exception. The reality is, what people really care about is the noise in their head. And whatever way you can show up for people to serve them is what they want. So I've worked really hard not to answer the softball questions about what I had for breakfast, because I don't want to be well known personally. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to help people get to where they want to go.
How do you avoid that, though, when I'm assuming you go to interviews where people just want you to elaborate on your bio?
I don't answer those questions.
How do you politely decline?
Because what's behind the question is, what's juicy here that will help me with the noise in my head to get to where I want to go? And what I learned a long time ago is telling you what I had for breakfast will not help you get to where you want to go. Just like telling you what kind of pencil I use will not help you become a better writer. Mm-hmm. What you're actually looking for is reassurance. Reassurance is futile because there's never enough of it. So instead, what I try to do is answer a different question regardless of the words that were asked to me.
You answer the question that you want them to have asked.
Well, it's the one that they really were asking. They were just looking for a different way in.
Now, it is really important to understand this, that Melanie Perkins, who is the CEO and founder of Canva, also tells a personal story. but it is a different type of a personal story. She says that when she was teaching people how to use Photoshop, she always wondered, why is it so hard? There are so many buttons and so many functions, and at the same time Facebook was going gangbusters, and nobody needed to learn how to use that. Why was that a problem? That story was not Melanie Perkins' personal story, but it was a story of us. It was a story for people who also had that problem. Eric Yuan, who is the CEO and founder of Zoom, tells a story about having to leave his wife and children a lot to be able to go and attend meetings overseas and conferences overseas, and then he making a promise to his wife that he will figure out a solution for this. That is the story of Eric, but it is also the story of us, of many people who are in a similar situation. So it is important to notice what are the parameters of your personal story. It should not be a reassurance tool and kind of a tool that does not really help people become better, but just kind of give them this futile reassurance. But it should be a medium to tell people how to be better at something. I hope that helps. If you have more questions, please ask, and we will feature you in our Wednesday videos.